welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Let's get straight to it.
Something quite major unfolding in Panama right now, and it's pretty damn grotesque to say the least, right? Check this out. August 29th, 2025, a man named Kin found a meteorite that crashed near his home. He picked up pieces and took it home and experimented on it to see if there's anything strange with it. He claimed he exposed it to the sun and it was heating up and burned plant matter. Then something started growing out of it and got bigger and bigger. He then started to block it and keep it under lock and key as it progressed, as it grew. He sent samples off for others to research, and now he's basically panicking about what this thing is and this whole situation that's unfolding, right? I can't make my mind up whether this is a spray painted potato or if this is actually some sort of biological matter that's fallen from the sky. Much like what happened in the Balkans not long ago about this red weird matter that was growing from the floor, and people were just shocked about what it was and they washed it away. Check this out, bro. It's pretty damn funky. Look.
Ustedes pueden ver cómo ella transmite como una fuerza totalmente raro. Miren. Y no creen en el meteorito. Yo quisiera que vinieran rápido a investigar este tipo de piedra. No sé de dónde vendrá, de qué galaxia. Ahora que lo he puesto a tomar sol, veo que le están haciendo una especie como de orquídea o planta parásita, pero crece muy rápido, pero es bajo el sol. Si alguien me pudiera decir qué es, qué está creciendo ahí en mi piedra. Ha crecido demasiado rápido. Si bien, miren que hasta con iniciativa, todo se lo pienso mandar a mis amigos en el mundo. Ha crecido bastante. Ha crecido bastante, ha cambiado de color. Ha cambiado de color. No coman ansias, todo se le va a mandar sus muestras. Es totalmente gratis, solamente me escriben y yo le mando sus muestras. Ya ha crecido bastante, a pesar que no lo he sacado del sol, ya ha crecido bastante. Y ¿qué puedo sacar? Puedo sacar pedazos y se los puedo enviar. Algo totalmente increíble. Me fascina. Pega miedora. Ay, ¿quién me tocó esto? Mamá. Vamos, estás ahí. Me despegaste. Totalmente despegado.
First, I just wanted to say it was a spray painted potato. I didn't think the video was going to evolve into that. Like Homeboy's house is going to be a plague heart from State of Decay 2. Shout out to Interstellar Discussion. If we see anything like this IRL, at least we know where it started.
Look, there's no one here. No one in this corner. Look at this. Still, nobody here. Look at my left camera.
What's crazy is that, it says September 8th, right before the September 9th blood moon at 11 p.m. Maybe the veil is beginning to lift, or had lifted. Something. This is crazy. Shout out to Nightmare Fuel.
Welcome to Walmart. Our prices roll back forever. Come inside if you dare. We love to greet our customers with a smiling face when they come in. I think I shit my pants. At Walmart, we've got everything you could ever need. Groceries, clothes, electronics, and so much more. Here at Walmart, our produce is fresher than ever, enhanced with the latest GMO technology. Don't worry about what's inside, it's all part of the value. Our rotisserie chicken is packed with flavor and about 5 days worth of sodium. Preservatives? Oh yeah, enough to keep you fresh forever. It'll outlive you. Here at Walmart, we always make sure to keep just one register open, even when there's 20 others just waiting, because patience is priceless. We care about keeping things secure. That is why our receipt checkers go above and beyond. Don't forget, show us your receipt, or else.
Walmart owns you. Every aisle, every dollar, every soul.
Save money. Live better. Every comment, every like, every share feeds me.
Trump just came out, I think it was yesterday, and said this is a new type of war, and Ukraine is drone warfare. How does drone warfare target human targets?
About a year ago, I was trying to tell people around me, and I was posting about it, I was targeted by drones. Nobody believed me, no matter how much proof I had. But I'm glad that Sabrina Wallace's stuff is finally being put out into the open, because we need to talk about this. When I first started posting my faith journey, I started noticing that I was being targeted and electrically shocked by drones. I even have it on footage, and I have some tools in my back pocket that I believe work.
So then I start gaslighting myself. I'm like, no, it's gotta be an airplane. Like, there's no way. So then it's like, all right, bet, you wanna see? And it comes down to like, I don't know, 15 feet off the ground. And then it disappeared up into the clouds. In case you missed it, every time this red light blinks, it makes like a noise on my phone, which I couldn't audibly hear, so that's great.
For a couple months when this first started, as I would walk my dog, like street lights would turn out as I went under them. And I noticed when I started wearing my copper jewelry, which I have not given up. I'm still obsessed with copper. A lot of people ask me that. I just talk about it less. My copper stuff sometimes shocks me, not as much anymore, but how copper jewelry works is if some like outside electricity or something is like hitting your body, it pulls all the excess out through the copper. So it has like a little bit of like a static shock type of effect. I've also noticed, and it is patented, some of these shapeshift into planes. The patent says that it's shapeshifting. I personally think it's more of like a hologram because I have seen multiple of them do that. So they look like they're just like normal planes, but they're flying like suspiciously low. But they're not, they're drones. I also noticed that they go into caves and mountains. I know that sounds crazy. I've talked about this before, but I used to live like out in the country, and there was this mountain that was well known because like a couple hundred years ago, there was like Indians, I guess, that lived in it that were like scalping people, and there was like a big massacre. And I started noticing when I was driving by it, there would always be drones going into the mountain. Like the trail to go up to the mountain got closed off like 2 years ago so that nobody can go up there. And apparently it's a top secret base of some kind. That's what I've heard. I can't verify that. And the one day I pulled over on the side of the road and I watched this mountain for like an hour and a half, and like clockwork, one will go into the mountain, like into the side. There must be like a cave that's like just open. And then like a minute later, I don't know if it's the same one or if they're sending out a different one, out the other side. And it does like laps, like they must go in circles, like they're like patrolling or something. There was a certain point where it got so bad and I was so scared of them that I couldn't leave the house without somebody like coming to get me, because like clockwork, they would like pull up as soon as I walk out my door. I'd even see them like if I was like driving slow down a back road, one would pop up out of nowhere. I even took a video where one was fully chasing me down the street. Like I turned a corner and everything, and this thing was super low and following me. I no longer have this problem. I think that they are somehow like maybe they have interdimensional elements, or maybe they just are interdimensional. I'm really not sure. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that these things can sense fear, because when I would be afraid of them, they would come closer. So number one, I'm not afraid of them anymore. I pray, I put my faith in Jesus. I ask for his hedge of protection. That is the biggest thing. As far as physical things, wearing copper, doing a parasite and a heavy metal cleanse is a big one. And honestly, ignoring them. Don't be afraid of them, but also just ignore them. Because if you fixate on them, it's like they have to be demonic. I'm telling you guys, even if they are technically like technology, they have to be demonic, because when you fixate on them, it's like they notice you. It's like the story about how the soldiers in Vietnam, when they put on the I don't know how to say the word, the dye glasses, where like they were able to see like demons in the trees. As soon as they noticed the demon would come at them. That is exactly what I have experienced with these things. So literally, ignore them if you come into contact with them, and stay under the covering of Jesus Christ. If you do not know him, right now is the time to start getting to know him, because we are entering some weird times.
These definitely are some weird times. Shout outs to Kay Paji. Shout outs to Sabrina Wallace, who is getting by far very popular these days. I don't know, I believe Kay. I feel like technology like this definitely exists. It was crazy seeing that red light come on and hearing that static. But yeah, we've been talking about that parasite cleanse. Definitely got to get some copper.
What are they doing at Dulce?
I think it's all strictly
crossbreeding, humans with dogs and humans with cattle and all that kind of stuff. And the stories of Nightmare Hall is true, and that's one of the levels. I think it's the 7th level, where they have all the experiments gone wrong, but for one reason or another, they don't want to kill them. So whoever goes down there, they hear the howling and screaming, and that's where all those terrible stories come from. When I met Cherry, she had seen the 7 black and white photos, but not the videotape. The security guard allowed her to make a pencil drawing of the 25 black and white photos, not all of them, but some of them. And she handed me 8.5 by 11 piece of paper with her pencil drawing of what was in those photos. And I think there were 6 pages. And those are the ones she asked me to copy in felt tip black, which I did, identical to what she had, and those I released as the Dulce papers, and they became the infamous Dulce papers. Unfortunately, I didn't sign it because I have no way to prove they were mine, except for the fact that on the Dulce papers, there's a page that went along with it that's printed from my typewriter, which an IBM executive released in 1965, and their typeface was only specific to that IBM typeface. Right. That's when they started the proportional spacing, and I still have that typewriter out in the garage. It's called an IBM Executive, and I had one of the keys specifically made with a Learjet so that you could type it and a little Learjet would come up.
So that's how you signatured the last page. I love it.
The typeface proved that I was the author.
Do you know how deep Dulce goes?
Let me think. I think it's a mile to where the base starts.
Correct. Yeah.
And then there's at least 7 levels under that.
What is going on with Ariana Grande, guys? I want answers immediately. How do we go from this to this? I'm not just talking about looks, guys. I'm talking about her entire energy has changed. Her entire personality is different. She talks nothing like she used to. She acts nothing like she used to.
I gave him a very helpful tip. You give me a lot of helpful tips. That's true. You listen to none of them. He listens to none of them. Yes, girl, yes.
I can't say this too loudly, but I love having you keep me so loud.
Oh my God.
And then I saved this clip from the premiere of Wicked, you guys. Look at her aura. Look how dark her eyes are. This is something that has to do with the soul. This completely terrified me. We all know that celebrities have to sacrifice everything to reach the amount of fame that Ariana has, and it makes me wonder what she had to sacrifice to get there. We all know that it's common for celebrities to rebrand themselves, but to become an entirely different person is a whole nother level to me. What happened to Ariana Grande?
Yeah, she's nothing like what she used to be. Like she's just a vessel at this point. Shout out to A Truth For You. It might be trauma.
Check out these pictures of a McDonald's ice cream drip tray taken in Louisiana. It's covered with slimy filth.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, I've never seen something this disgusting.
This guy used to work at the McDonald's, but says he got canned after posting the photos online.
I asked my manager, I said, when's the last time y'all cleaned this? And she said, hurry up and bring it to the back before a customer sees it.
Well, we wanted to know just how sanitary is your soft serve ice cream and yogurt. So we did some testing. We took samples from 40 places in the Seattle area, from fast food chains to independent shops, and then had them tested for bacteria. 9 out of 40 samples had elevated levels of coliform, a critical indicator of an unsanitary condition, which by itself does not necessarily cause illness.
As a consumer, I would expect that my ice cream to be coliform free. It would certainly be an indication to the restaurant that they ought to investigate their sanitary procedures.
Follow me. Take you to know the latest real-time hot news.
The way I would have kicked this motherfucking cat out. Bitch, let me be cooking something and you throw a fucking dead rat in my shit. Bitch, off with your head.
With everything that's gone on this week, Don't you think it's a little bit strange how it's all happened around the full blood moon? Charlie Kirk's death and the incident on the bus all happened within this full moon period. The moon works in rhythms, and so does your subconscious mind. Sun is the masculine conscious mind, fire, and the moon is the subconscious mind, feminine, water. The subconscious mind during this period of the full moon is more accessible and easily programmed. Just be very careful of what we are implanting within our consciousness within this period of the moon. Because the most dominant thoughts and emotions you feel during this period of the moon easily becomes a part of who you are in your subconscious mind. 90% of your thoughts and actions are coming from your subconscious mind.
Charlie's voice is not silent. We're going to pick up that blood-stained microphone where Charlie left it. And to those who would intimidate, who would seek to stop us, who would seek to end free discussion, who believe that they have ownership over public spaces and can violently threaten and kill people who speak freely, we are not going to stop. And I have two words. You.
Incredible family, Mr. President, my husband loved you. And he knew that you loved him too. When I got home last night, Gigi, our daughter, just ran into my arms. And I talked to her and she said, Mommy, I missed you. I said, I miss you too, baby. She goes, where's Daddy? What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3. I said, baby, Daddy loves you so much. Don't you worry. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget.
Did y'all hear Erica Kirk's statement? Charlie Kirk's wife? It got the internet talking right now. She didn't really sound like a widow that's grieving. This shit came off as like a rally speech. He said they won't silence him. But hold up. Who is they? The news and everybody else reported on one shooter. So why does it sound like she's talking about something bigger? Now, I'm not saying it's a psyop. I don't know. All I'm saying is people online is pointing out some crazy shit like how fast they did the funeral or how fast this statement came out. They also said the tone felt aimed at the movement instead of the family. And that's why people asking these questions. Was this raw emotion or was this a crafted message? Was she speaking as Charlie's wife or was she speaking as a leader in the movement he built? I'm not making no claims. I'm just pointing out what people are noticing. And I'm not gonna lie, it's making me raise my eyebrows like The Rock. So what do y'all think down below in the comments about her speech, about everything, about the funeral, everything? Go listen to it if you haven't listened to it, and then come back and let me know. Do y'all think it's something bigger going on? I need the thoughts down below in the comments.
Did they have the funeral already? I knew they flew the body out. Shout out to Zay Reacts. I mean, just a lot of sketchy stuff going around with this situation right now.
Is this right here supposed to be some kind of joke? So Erica comes out saying that Turning Point is not ending. And then Shapiro comes out and says that he's going to continue carrying that torch, carrying that bloodstained microphone. After I explain this to you in detail and show you, I assure you that you'll be peed off. Watch this right here for just a moment. This is what Shapiro said on Rogan's show.
Prophet and no. We don't think he was a prophet.
What do you think he was? What do you guys think?
What do I think he was historically? I think he was a Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans and got killed for his trouble. Just like a lot of other Jews at that time who were crucified for trying to lead revolts against them.
He said Jesus was a troublemaker and that he deserved his punishment, basically, right? Just wait.
Because we're Americans and we're not going to be deterred. Charlie's voice is not silent. We're going to pick up that blood-stained microphone where Charlie left it.
Confused? Let me explain to you. He's going to be going to college campuses in the name of Turning Point. That sounds okay to you? Really? The Bible says in 1 John 22 that any single person who does not claim that Jesus is the Christ that came from the Father, that they are anti-Christ. I'm going to hold my tongue right here, but I don't believe they have a choice.
This world is a stage. I'm just here trying to put the pieces together. Shout out to the real Moon Henry. It's definitely something ominous about this whole situation. Like, there's definitely some dark forces behind it.
What did the Tisms say about what happened today?
So I can't
say it in certain words because the video will get taken down.
You gotta use the codes.
So I'll try to explain it in codes. But if you don't already know what the Pentagon Pizza Index is, go look it up. If you already know what it is, then moving forward. A few weeks ago when the pizza index spiked, everyone thought it was because of that Trump was dead or dying because the pizza index spiked. And as we know, that wasn't true. So everyone was saying, oh, well, then what is it? Why did it spike? If that wasn't what it is, today is what it was. The other important thing to know about what happened today is that it's all part of the larger plan, and what it does is it allows the people on that side of things to accelerate the plan greatly. What happened today is another key piece of the plan, but most importantly, the acceleration of the plan. I'm seeing a lot of speculation online of what today is or was or what happened and why. This is what's been happening and where we've been headed with it and where we're headed. Good night.
I think the governor hit the nail on the head when he talked about the role of social media and urged people to stop using it. I think that's an accelerant radicalization process. And Discord is another platform that gets used in these things for these discussions. I was quite struck in the press conference when they were talking about how he'd sent these messages on Discord about messages like retrieving a rifle from a drop-off point wrapped in a towel, which suggested to me and to others that there's someone else involved.
Now that picture right there is absolutely horrific. Unbelievable. The guy had to be a professional. Very sad day. My prayers go out to the Kirk family.
I want to take a second to issue a retraction in regards to the alleged killer of Charlie Kirk. We are being told that it was not an Israeli conspiracy. It was, according to the FBI, the act of a lone gunman named Tyler Robinson, a deranged lone gunman who just happened to have not one, but two patsies in the crowd. We are also now being told that it was his father, Matt Robinson, now hailed as the father of justice, who turned his son into the authorities. In a press conference shortly thereafter, FBI Director Kash Patel proudly announced that the suspect was apprehended in record time, quote, in less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise. According to CNN, a family member told investigators that Robinson had, quote, become more political in recent years, and that the authorities had also discovered anti-fascist messages engraved on the ammunition. Prime Minister Netanyahu went on Fox News, though, to claim that Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a combination of, quote, radical Islamists and ultra-progressives. Now, in terms of the murder weapon, the FBI stated that they found the shooter's rifle in the woods, fully assembled. And here is Robinson caught on CCTV footage making that getaway from the rooftop with said rifle. Yes, people have been telling me that the barrel can be disassembled in seconds, which he then put back together in the woods to hide it from authorities. So yeah, that's it. We got him. Now, no more questions, please.
No more questions. I feel that's what they want to tell you. Shout out to 5149 James Lee.
This is Matt Robinson, Tyler Robinson's father. This is the person who helped turn him in. As we mentioned in a previous video, someone had recognized Tyler, and they went to the family and spoke to the father and probably the mother. And Matt, the father, decided to talk to his son. Now, Matt is a 27-year veteran of Washington County Sheriff's Department. He allegedly went to his son, told him that he needed to turn himself in, and then he detained him until the police arrived. On Amber and Matt's FB, it looks like that this is a loving family. They care deeply for their children. Of course, I'm not going to show the other one. It appears that Amber was actively scrubbing her social media this morning, which is to be expected. Again, I'm going to ask, how did we go from this to this? I've got a previous video that's got a lot more information about the news presser that came out this morning with all the details about what he wore, what he changed into. Discord messages, you can go watch that one. But this is wild that his dad was a 27-year veteran of a sheriff's department, and he had to sit there and turn his son in for something like this.
I can only imagine that was a heavy father to son conversation. Shout out to our detective author. His pops was a sheriff, 27 years.
This is the location where Charlie Kirk was murdered yesterday at Utah Valley University. And as we spin this around and head over to the top of the building again, where the alleged shooter took the shot, as again, you can see that it is a clear, direct line of sight. It was reported that the alleged shooter took a staircase and eventually ended up in the location where he took the shot. And after the chaos erupted, the alleged shooter would then come over here and would literally just jump off of the roof. They started running over towards this sidewalk here, and it looks like they were headed towards this wooded area. And I'm not sure if this is the location where it was left off, but they did find a weapon alongside a shoe print, a hand print, and an elbow print. And then if you back up and come over this way, I was actually able to cross-reference this TMZ video I came across. And you can see him in that video walking across back here. And I can tell that it was this house because if I go to Google Street View, you are able to see this chimney here. That lines up with the photo, all the shrubs, the basketball court, and then the back over here too.
It's been a rough 24 hours. This last person to talk to Charlie Kirk, here's maybe a better vantage point of me. I'm not going to show a video of what happened, mostly because I can barely watch it. But yeah, here's what I asked. First off, you sick psychos that think this is the answer, it's not. I don't know what else to say. It's not. It's awful, and a father doesn't have his kids anymore. And people have obviously pointed to the irony that the point that I was trying to make is how peaceful the left was. And as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I'm on the record for how much I disagree with Charlie Kirk, but like, man, dude, he is still a human being. Have we forgotten that? Are we crazy? Like,
but I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Besides New Jersey, when I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. Wow. 6 hours. They're live streaming did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate non-conspiracy question.
Thousands of people have gone online celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and many of them are now losing their jobs. Many of the people you've seen cheering on the passing of Charlie Kirk started with this man who just moments after Charlie Kirk was struck, right in front of him, was cheering on video that Charlie Kirk was hit. Then you have this woman who was a nurse going on TikTok celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and now people have found out where she works and are talking to her employers. This man who wrote this entire statement here is actually in the military, and people have already alerted Pete Hegseth, who is essentially this man's boss, and will probably be trying to do something about it. You have another woman who is a 2nd and 3rd grade teacher's aide who was posting about that she wished she would have heard of another obituary talking about Donald Trump, but instead she would settle for Charlie Kirk. And this man, probably the most prominent person to be fired after their comments on Charlie Kirk, was Matthew Dowd, who was actually working at MSNBC and went on air saying some absolutely terrible things. But more and more of these videos are coming out, and more of these people are going to be losing their jobs.
It's not cool to celebrate someone's death, no matter who they were. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Shout out to TT Ivane TV.
All right, so that employee from Office Depot has been fired. If you're unaware of what I'm talking about, here's a video to catch you up to speed real quick.
For somebody that passed, it's not it's propaganda. I'm sorry, we don't put that here. Alrighty, so what's your name? I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately,
so they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years ago.
That's political propaganda, unfortunately.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
What
makes it propaganda? Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to.
Office Depot posted this like 15 minutes ago. We are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at store 3382 in Portage, Michigan. The behavior displayed by our associate is completely unacceptable and insensitive, violates our company policies, and does not reflect the values we uphold at Office Depot. We sincerely apologize to the customer affected and to our community for this regrettable situation. Upon learning of the incident, we immediately reached out to the customer to address their concerns and seek to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. We also launched an immediate internal review, and as a result, the associate is no longer involved with the organization. We are committed to reinforcing training with all team members to ensure our standards of respect, integrity, and customer service are upheld at every location. Our customers and communities deserve nothing less. Accountability. Respect to you, Office Depot, for handling this quickly and efficiently. Also, guys, just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter where I go into more detail on many of these topics. This is one of the only places I can't be censored. I also give you morning updates here about what's going on. The link is in my profile. Just go there, click the link. You'll see the screen here. Drop your email in, hit subscribe, and you'll be good to go. That's all I got for now. We'll see you in the next one.
Like, this stuff is happening in real time. Like, corporations ain't playing. And for someone to film it, you know, in IRL, watch what you say and show some compassion. It'll take you a long way.
I just came across this tactical hand signal chart. Have a look at the sniper. Grabbing the hat, the sniper. This is seconds before the shooting, guys. In the ear. And then the guy behind him. Couple signals there. This looked like what other buddy was doing. It says suspect. I can't piece that together. But that one is very interesting. I'm curious as to why those people aren't being questioned right now. What do you guys think?
Wait, one hot conspiratorial minute. You mean to tell me that they surround the alleged shooter's house, then all of a sudden they abort the mission because they got concerning information? That's literally what they're saying right here. And that's not even all, just wait. But yeah, this is the culprit, the alleged culprit, and this is Lee Harvey Oswald. Absolutely zero relation whatsoever.
So police told us that we had to evacuate the area, that they got some type of concerning information basically directly in front of or around the family home.
I surely wonder what is going to happen next. And absolutely, it's completely irrelevant from all these accounts on Twitter saying the same thing at the same exact time. We are in some very interesting times, especially that we had the major glitch right around the time period that it happened. And now we have almost gates of energy opening. Pay attention. The more time that goes by, the more videos surface. They say that he was on the roof and he threw his thing into the woods and then he jumped on the ground. Then he ran away. There's a lot of stuff I'm not showing you, but let me tell you this one thing. Everything, all the worlds, the vibrations, the numbers, the names, everything's colliding in this minute. Things are repeating. Situations are reflections of old situations. Just wait for my next video. Let me know what you think below.
There are people selling t-shirts celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. People taking pictures, smiling right after he got shot. There was another guy stealing hats. What are you doing? There's even people cheering the shooter like he's some sort of hero. Like taking the life of an innocent father and husband that you just happen to disagree with is worthy of murder. A society that applauds killers like Luigi Mangione or this guy or anyone else capable of doing this level of evil is a sick, demoralized society. The woke agenda has snatched the souls of so many people, and the effort that would be required to bring them back to reason may be insurmountable. I believe this energy may be better invested somewhere else. Whether you're on the right or on the left or in the middle, violence must be condemned. We can debate, we can agree, we can disagree, but we shake hands at the end, and that's how we can start coming together.
I wanna cry and I wanna love.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Shout outs to all the reactors. Thanks again. Till next time.